What's up, fellas? This is Rodney. Man, I just left the gym and I was thinking about this kid in one of my classes. I coached Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, 4 to 8-year-olds. Finished the class, we're getting ready to bow out, right? So we're paying respect to all the kids. You know, we're fist bumping each other. And I got this one kid in particular, man. He's confident, he's tenacious, he believes in himself. And I love that about him because when I was his age, I had nowhere near the amount of confidence that he has in himself. But he kept calling my name. He was like, Coach Rodney, Coach Rodney, Coach Rodney. And I'm like, what, boy? What do you want? So finally, as I'm paying respect to all the kids, I get to him. And when I get to him, he's just flexing on me, right? He's just making a muscle. And so I'm like, what's up, bro? What's going on? He was like, look at my muscles. I was like, hey, man, you looking strong. You looking good, bro. And he just went on to tell me he's been doing push-ups. He's been doing sit-ups. Like, he's really been trying to work on his physique. And so, man, I was encouraging him. But then he said this, right? He was like, and guess what? I'm going to be stronger than you someday. And I was like, ho, now, fella. Nah, I told him, I said, listen, bro, you definitely not stronger than me, but someday you will. And I hope you'll be stronger than me. But I wanted to encourage him with this. But it's going to require a process. You're not going to get to the point where you're stronger than me overnight. You're going to have to endure very similar things that I have had to endure. I've had to endure weightlifting. I've had to endure going to the gym, working on my physique, trying to get stronger. And guess what, fam? I'm 37. I'll be 38 in December. It's getting harder and harder to keep this body in shape. But it reminded me of this principle when I thought about that. I thought about the fact that as men, there's such a heavy pressure on all of us to get results. You're expected to get results at your job. You're expected to get results with your kids. You're expected to get results in your business, in your finances, in your health, in every area of your life, in your faith. How many of us feel like quitting and giving up on the faith and doing things the way God told us to do them because we feel like we're not getting the results God said we're supposed to get? So what do we do there? And so many men, when they're overwhelmed with the pressure to get results, because it's a process that they got to go through, what happens? We numb ourselves. Many of us, we numb ourselves with pornography. We numb ourselves with, spending money we ain't got no business spending. We numb ourselves by not taking care of our bodies, eating excess, drinking in excess, right? There are many different things that we do to run from the pressure we all feel as men to get results. But I want to encourage you, just the same way I encourage my student, in order to get results in anything, and I'm preaching to the choir here, fam, but in order to get results in anything, it requires a process. If you want to, just like me, luckily I love working out, I love training, right? So if I want to get my cardio up, man, I got to hit the rope. I got to jog. I got to get out here and I got to get this work in. If I want a strong chest, if I want strong arms, guess what? I got to get some push-ups in. I got to get some dips in. I got to push myself and stretch myself to the point where I'm uncomfortable. But guess what? I know in that discomfort, I'm going to get the results that I want. It's no different with us in life, fam. It's like if any results that you desperately want, any results that you want to see, it's going to require a process. And the process is ugly. The process is frustrating. The process is scary. The process is exciting. The process is exhilarating. It's all those things in one. So then what is the secret? How do we go through the process to get the results we all know we want to get without crashing out, without giving up? And I'm going to tell you, well, I'm not going to tell you. The Apostle Paul kind of told us the secret. The secret is this. Philippians 4:19, Paul says, "For I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Now that's wild. Think about that. We see that posted on football games. We see it, athletes will tattoo it on their bodies. People will chant it. And do we even know what it means? Like for years, I didn't even really know what it meant. But Paul is saying it's not that you're always going to get the results that you want. You're going to do everything perfectly. You're going to dot all your I's, cross all your T's. You're just going to rise to this superhuman capability. No. That's not what Paul is saying. Paul is actually saying that in the process, in the season that we all have to go through to get the results that we want to see, that guess what? You can do it, and you can do it through the strength of Christ. You can do it through the ability of Christ. Paul is saying the secret is Jesus gives me the ability to endure. Jesus gives me the ability to remain faithful. Jesus gives me the ability to be patient in the process. And not to just give up the moment things get tough. Not to just give up the moment I'm frustrated or I'm not seeing the results that I really want to see. So I want to encourage you, just like I told my young student, if you really want to grow, if you really want to get the results that you desperately want to see, you're going to have to embrace Christ. You're going to have to embrace the strength of Christ, the ability of Christ. It's not going to be in your ability. If it's your ability, guess what? You're subject to fail. I'm subject to fail, because we're all limited, finite human beings. In order for us to succeed, we need the strength and the ability of Jesus. So I want to encourage you fellas. This is one of the reasons why I train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I live terrified. I live scared most of my life, right? And it's because I constantly want to be able to stretch myself. I constantly want to stretch myself into areas that make me uncomfortable. And for me, really, there's nothing more uncomfortable than standing across from another man who wants to dominate you. And you're at this point, adrenaline is high, strength is high, nerves, anxiety, all the stuff, right? But it's like you go out there, you step on the mats, and you try to take that mountain down. And when you do, you realize that all the work, all the effort, all the trials and the frustration and the stretching and the discomfort, all of it was worth it. Just like that young fella. I hope to God someday he'll be as strong as me, if not stronger. But I don't want to deceive him into thinking that you're going to get this type of result without this type of work. And it's the same thing with us, fellas. Your family needs you to get results. Your kids need you to get results. Your girl, your job, your finance, any hopes and dreams that you have, guess what? It's depending upon you to get the results. Now, who are you depending upon while you're in the process to get the results? I'm here to let you know, man, depend upon the person of Jesus. You are subject to fail. I am subject to fail. But Jesus Christ, he will never fail. He will never, ever fail. And that's something that we always have to remember. So when we're in the process and we're frustrated and we feel overwhelmed, depend upon the strength and the ability of Jesus. Watch what he'll do in your life. Fellas, I love you. I believe in you. I'm cheering for you. I'm rooting for you. It's your boy Rodney. This is The Beautiful Breakdown. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.